help me welcome to the dance floor a very incredible couple. Let's show your love to Temmie and Ralph Tash.
Drift by the window, the autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hair I used to hold. Since you
Let's give it up once more for this incredible couple.
days go on, and soon I hear the winter song.
And to join them on the dance floor, I invite all the children. We invite you onto the dance floor. Everyone who loves the Tashes onto the dance floor.
Since you went away, the days go long.
I meant all the children, you know. I want them all ages.
Oh, winter song, but I miss you most of all, my darling. Leaves start to fall. Oh, someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel alone just thinking of you
Can you feel the love?
and the way you look tonight. Darling, you look marvelous. Yes, but you're lovely with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you just the way you look tonight. With each word, your tenderness grows, tearing my fear apart. And that laugh that wrinkles your nose touches my foolish heart. Lovely, never ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. Oh yeah, listen to my band. Boom, boom. touches my foolish heart. Lovely,
Lovely, lovely.
never ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. Just the way you look
And we're off to a great start. We invite everyone to please make yourself comfortable at your tables. Moment.
Just a moment.
Just
only.
a moment. I'd like to call to the microphone Ralph.
Come on, like the Tonight Show. Ralph Tash.
And Timmy. Keep it going. Here we go.
How about, just for the hell of it, let's give him one more round of applause. Come on, huh? Little love right there. Okay.
Good evening, family and friends. Good evening, family and friends. Can you hear me now? Good, good, thank you. What a wonderful way to start the next 50. Tammy and I want to take this opportunity to thank you all for joining us tonight to help us celebrate our golden wedding anniversary. And in order to get things started, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce to you our children and their families, starting with our firstborn, Joe Tesh, from Leawood, Kansas, and our grandchildren Deborah and Matthew. And we're sorry to have to tell you that our daughter, of course, who is married to Joe, we consider Lorraine our daughter, developed a fever and the flu, and it can't be with us tonight. But of course, she's in our thoughts. Following Joe, from Wilmette, Illinois, our daughter is Sharon Tash, and our grandchildren, Avi, Aliza, Golan, and David. From Brentwood, California. No, wait, I'm going out of sequence. From Sherman Oaks, California. Our middle son, Max, and his lovely wife, Sharon, and our grandchildren, Lily and Eli. From Lincolnwood, Illinois, our daughter Elisa with the beautiful dimples and the beautiful smile and the wonderful personality. And finally, the baby, our son Carl Tash, and his beautiful wife Jennifer from Brentwood, California. I'll just take another minute because I've been asked this question by a couple of people tonight. And you might as well everybody get the answer. I've been asked how I happened to meet Tammy and how we happened to get together. So I'll take just a couple of minutes to let you know how that happened. After having come back from the war, spent a lot of time developing my business, doing a lot of traveling out of Chicago, trying to do as much dating to catch up on the dating as I could. And was being given all kinds of help on all kinds of blind dates, to the point where I didn't want any more blind dates. But I had a brother-in-law by the name of Al Rabin, who was married to my sister Leonore, who came to me one day and he said, "Ralph, you've got to call this beautiful little Jewish girl that I just met. She is such a treasure, you've got to call her." I said, "Al, leave me alone. I don't want any more blind dates." And he finally convinced me to make the phone call, and I did. I called and spoke to Thelma Schmidt. And in order so that our first date wouldn't be a total loss, I asked her if she liked to go to baseball games, and I invited her to attend a Cub game at Wrigley Field. She accepted. And that was the first date that Tammy and I, well, it was Thelma at that time, went out on. During the course of the game, I happened to glance down at her hands, and I noticed that she had some pretty good-sized calluses on her hands. So I asked her, "How do you get calluses?" She says, "Well, I work for my dad. I run his office. He has a sheet metal shop. And when things get hectic in the warehouse, I have to go in there and cut sheet metal." And sure enough, she had those calluses, and when she told me that and I saw those calluses, that convinced me more than anything else, I got to keep on dating this girl. The other thing that happened on that first date was that when we spoke about each other, she said, "You know, my name is Thelma, and I really don't care for the name Thelma." So I said, "Well, what is your Jewish name?" She says, "Well, it's Tamarivka." I said, "Really? Well, do you mind if I call you Tammy?" And that's how Thelma Dash became Tammy. Thelma Schmidt became Tammy Schmidt. But what sold me more than anything else, that I had to do something with this young lady, was when a couple of weeks later, our company had a picnic in June. And during the picnic, as you want to do, we put together a baseball game. And we filled every position except first base. And so I asked for a volunteer to raise his or her hand to play first base. And wouldn't you know it, she's the one that raised her hand. And folks, I got to tell you something. When I saw Tammy handle that first base and the way she handled herself at the plate, I said to myself, that's got to be the mother of my children. We are now going to have the blessing of the bread and the wine. And Julio or somebody, would you bring up the cart with the bread and the wine, please? And I want to invite our youngest grandson, Eli, to do the blessing of the bread. So Eli, would you please join us up here and do the blessing? I have your yarmulke, by the way. Yes, Eli is going to lead us, of course, but Tammy reminded me we want all our grandchildren up here. So would you please join us, the grandchildren from our table. Avi? Okay, Eli, whenever you're ready, you can do the blessing. That's Max Tash, our middle son, who is in television production.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha... Oh no, wait. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lehem min haaretz.
Now bring the bread. Bring it. Take a bite. Avi, will you lead us in the blessing of the wine, please?
I can in this state. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen.
Okay, now let's all enjoy ourselves and have a wonderful time.
Thank you. Thank you. And now enjoy your first course. Es gesintet hate. Enjoy your first course as we offer you music for your dining pleasure. Hearty appetite. Enjoy.
Carl and Jennifer.
All right, I will. Thanks. Okay. Can I get my notes out here?
Give him a round of applause for his notes. Just for his notes only.
Getting heckled already. Well, to Mom and Dad, 50 years has been just incredible. We've been thinking about the enormity of it, and a lot of things have to go right just to get to this incredible milestone. I know I speak for everybody here when I say that we are all so happy to see both of you here in such great health and glowing happiness. I've tried to reflect on the many constants of my childhood. The Sundays watching Packer games, Mom running me to Dr. Dukowski for my constant asthma attacks, Mom and I golfing during the summers, and of course, the entire family sitting in the den, or the family room, watching sitcoms. How Mom and Dad loved a good laugh. Dad laughed the loudest of the two of them. It wasn't hard to know when we were watching one of Dad's favorite shows. Dad would have a red face, have a great belly laugh, and then followed by the, of course, famous "Hut, hut, oh." We'll probably get a couple of those tonight here, so. The honeymooners with the cufflinks, with the handcuffs always got that reaction. Speaking of sitcoms, we grew up watching so many great couples. June and Ward Cleaver, Rob and Laura Petrie, Lucy and Desi Arnaz, Fred and Wilma Flintstone, and of course, Ralph and Alice Cramden. But none of these couples had the scripts or writers like you had. We look forward to watching many more episodes of The Ralph and Temmie Show. In your show, you have taught us all about love and respect and the importance of bringing honesty to every aspect of our lives. For those lessons, your example, we are all so very grateful. So now we raise our glass to you, Mom and Dad. Jennifer and I love you very much, very, very much, and we wish you many, many more years of happiness and great health. L'chaim.
That's right. Go ahead, put your drink down and give him a loving round of applause. Beautifully expressed. And now, while you're finishing your first course, we have something very special for you.
now that you have seen it, was that exquisite? Do they deserve another round of applause? Oh, it's beautiful! Sing it. La 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 la. Audience, la 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 la. Woo! It looks incredible. And now, everybody spin! Spin around! Woo! Wow, we won! The world is wonderful! Give yourselves a thunderous ovation!
Please don't leave me, girl. Don't you go. If I have to sleep by your doorstep all night and day, just to keep you from walking away. Let your friends laugh, even this out of sand, 'cause I want to keep you anyway I can. Ain't too proud to bed, sweet darling. Ooh, girl, don't you go. Ain't too proud to be. When my love comes tumbling
So nice. So nice.
I got a you to the bridge. Woo. Come on now. Woo. Looking good out there. Shake it up. When I hold you in my arms, you know I never do you no wrong now. And when it comes to loving, there's been something no harm that I feel. I knew that I would. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel good.
Okay, audience,
Yeah.
audience, you say so good now. Ready?
Come
say
on.
it now.
So good. So good. I got a you.
Say it again one time. Say it.
So good. So good. I got a you.
And last time, one more.
So good. So good. I got a you.
Now, everybody scream! That is perfect!
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah! Woo! What a party! Thank you very much. Woo! I'm getting excited. We have the signal.
Thank you very much. Once upon a time, in a land not so far away, lived a golden-haired maiden named Thelma Riva, daughter of Max and Rose. Across town, an equally handsome and eligible prince, Ralph, noble son of Abraham and Bertha, waited for his one true love.
One fine afternoon, an evil witch appeared. She cackled, "I have cast a wicked spell on this kingdom." Suddenly, the sky became dark and ominous. She said, "Only true love can break the spell." In an instant, she was gone.
A moment later, a fairy godmother appeared and proclaimed, "You have nothing to fear. You need only to open your hearts. Love will break the spell." Confusion spread throughout the land. Everyone wondered, who could possibly break the evil witch's spell?
One afternoon, after attending a ball game at the heath known as Wrigley, the future king and queen sought protection from a sudden downpour and found themselves in a vestibule of an Addison Street fortress.
Soon the clouds parted and sunlight warmed the earth. The spell was broken, and a royal wedding was held on the 8th day of January, 1950.
11 months later, Dr. Sabbath, the royal physician, delivered to the king and queen a young prince named Joseph, then a princess named Sharon, then another prince named Max, then another princess named Elisa, then another prince named Carl. All resided in the castle on Sauganash, where this Ralphie boy truly became king of the castle.
When the queen went shopping, the royal children accompanied her as she sampled the wares of shopkeepers at Old Orchard or the fresh fruits at the Jewel.
Friday nights were special at the castle. The queen lit candles while the king held up his silver goblet and blessed the wine.
After Sunday dinners, the king and queen were often entertained with a talent show performed by the princes and princesses, all taking turns in the role of court jester. The king and queen would then retire to their matching contour thrones to delight in the pleasures of Ed Sullivan or a honeymooner's rerun.
On most days, the king went off to the warehouse on Halstead, while the queen busied herself in the kitchen making apple pies, rugula, and her famous egg noodles.
But it wasn't just the queen's prowess in the kitchen that made her famous. Some of her proclamations became legendary. Out of the living room. Take out thy garbage. Carl, I hear you. And wait till your father gets home were heard far and wide. And on occasion, The king would request an audience with the prince or princess on the white chairs in the living room. This was not good.
The king's business took him north to the land of the Packers. On visits to this faraway land, the royal family was known to frequent another famous castle, Mars Cheese Castle.
In the summers, the queen would march the royal children to the Great Lake of Michigan for outings at the shore.
As the years passed, they traveled as a family to faraway lands, Florida, Williamsburg, Europe, and Israel. They were always glad to return to the castle on Saguenay. Soon the king found pleasure in his yearly grand fireworks display on the 4th of July.
It was in the royal synagogue that the king and queen would be found holding court in row 2. They were known far and wide as being generous, sharing their good fortunes with those in need.
When the princes and princesses were grown, the king and queen traveled on their own. Our tale would have ended on one of these trips had the king not adhered to an admonition to keep the river on the right.
Soon the king and queen journeyed west to the desert, where their lives continued to be filled with good times, good friends, and family.
To celebrate their reign of 50 years, a spectacular ball was to be held in the kingdom. Everyone in the land was invited to share in the merriment. The preparations for such a fine event had been taking place for months. Every detail had been attended to.
As in every fairy tale, the story must come to an end. So imagine a ball where their loved ones were present. All were together to celebrate their joyous occasion. The king and queen celebrated with merry mirth, plentiful drink, a bountiful feast, and dancing until dawn. And they lived happily ever after.
Okay. While you conclude your dinner, I've got something quite unique and quite special.
Have joined us this evening in something very, very special for Temmie and Ralph.
Pretty good, right? Now, again, just like a waltz, you saw us do it, and now we need you to do it. 5, 6, 7, 8. Vladimir comes to us from the Soviet Union, and when it was time, he wound up in Mexico, and then he wound up in the foster family. So if you don't mind, let's give a little round of applause. Vladimir Goldsmith. La 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 la. Say it, yeah, say shalom. Jacqueline and Miguel. All right. I've got a special song while you enjoy your dinner. Nobody say anything here. Keep quiet, Dan. Tired, spend here, do our golden in the sugar. Anachis and Amakuna, our golden, our season, Mom and you. brengt in huis nur Harmonie. Dus Leben macht Temmi a Symphonie. Eisjes, radio, eisjes, und Wasser und Feier, wat sie gelaufen vor ihr Kind, nicht halten das Teier, das wird gewähnt der gerätste Sinn. Oi, wie glücklich und wie reich ist Mensch, was hat, als schöne Matune geschenkt von Gott. Oh, I know that we owe what I am today to this swinging lady, so happy all the way, to that wonderful Yiddish mama. That Yiddish, delicious, extravagant, wonderful, selective mama we call Temmi. Thank you. And now, from the bawdy side of life in Chicago.
Come on, baby, why don't we paint the town? And all that jazz, I'm gonna rouge my knees and roll my stockings down. And all that jazz, start the car, no whoopee spat, where the gin is cold but the piano's hot. It's just a noisy hall where there's a nightly brawl, and all of that jazz. Slick your hair and wear your buckle shoes, and all that jazz. I hear that Father Wayne is gonna play the blues, and all that jazz. Come on home, we're gonna body hug out some aspirin down at United Drug, and he'll shake apart and want a brand new start to do that jazz. Grab a flask, we're playing fast and loose, and all that jazz. Right up here is where I store the juice, and all that jazz. Come on home, we're gonna touch the sky that you're locking in now, blue so high in the stratosphere. How could he lend an ear to all that jazz? Oh, you gonna see a shimmy, shake, and all that jazz. Oh, she's gonna shimmy till her garters break, and all that jazz. Show her little Barbara girl. Oh, her mother's body girdle. If she'd hear her baby's cry for all that jazz. chance. Oh, I'm no one's wife, but oh, I love my life and that chance.
Mercy and Company. Pretty cool, huh? That was Mercy.
Siempre que te pregunto que cuándo, cómo y siempre, y tú quizás respondes, quizás, quizás, quizás. Y así pasan los días y yo desesperado y tú intentando, quizás, quizás, quizás. Estás perdiendo el tiempo pensando, pensando por lo que tú más quieras. ¿Hasta cuándo? ¿Hasta cuándo? Y así pasan los días y yo desesperado y tú siempre contando, quizás, quizás, quizás. Estás perdiendo el tiempo pensando, pensando por lo que tú más quieras. ¿Hasta cuándo? ¿Hasta cuándo? Y así pasan los días y yo desesperado y tú siempre contando, quizás, quizás, quizás.
Otra, mete.
Quizás, quizás, quizás.
Otra.
Quizás, quizás, quizás.
Mateo, my friend.
Thank you, Wayne.
I've got all my love to give. I've got all my love to give. I will survive. I will survive.
Gees. Oh, the Bee Gees.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk, the walk is way. No time to talk. If they come the wind, they're gone. I think take the right, 'cause I was born. It's alright, it's okay. You got my free, I got my. You got my, you got my, it's okay. Oh, you're a little baby, you're a little, stay alive, stay alive. Shaking and dancing, but it's shaking and stay alive, stay alive.
Michael Hines Jackson.
She was more like beauty queen from a movie scene. I said don't mind, but do you? I am the one who will dance on the floor and around. She says I am the one who will dance on the floor and around. Told me her name, Jean, she's across the scene. Said what I would do, you being the one who would dance on the floor and around. People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't run around with the young girl's heart. I've never been beside him with a smile sweet perfume. He'd have much to do for the love of come true. And Billie Jean is not my girl. She's just a girl who thinks that I am the one. But the kid is not my son. Woo! She says I am the one. But the kid is not my son. Oh no.
Sitting here eating my heart out, baby, waiting for some loving to come. Dialed about 1,000 numbers lately, almost rang the phone on the wall. Looking for some hot stuff, baby, this evening. Ooh, I need some hot stuff, baby, tonight. I want some hot stuff, baby, this evening. Gotta have some hot stuff, gotta have some love. I need hot stuff. Ooh, give me some hot stuff. I want some hot stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, please. Everybody put your hands together.
Take the time to love, make a way for love, 'cause it's easier to do. Moving with the wind since the world began. The beat is gonna catch you, beat is gonna catch you. Moving to the blues, throw your hands and shoes. There's music in the way that we kiss our fingers. Moving through the trees, walking with the bees. The sound is getting louder, sound is getting louder. Music when we play, when we kneel and pray. There's music in the sound of the wind. You can't stop the music. Nobody can stop the music. Take the cold and slow. Tell the trees don't grow. Tell the wind don't blow. 'Cause it's easy. I know you can't stop the music. Nobody can stop the
attention, please. I need you to repeat after us. Somebody say ho. Ho. Say ho, ho. Ho. Say ho. Ho. Say ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Everybody, salute the band like this. In the Navy, yes, you can sail the 7 seas. In the Navy, yes, you can put your mind at ease. In the Navy, well, everybody take a name. In the Navy, in the Navy, in the Navy, yes, you can sail the 7 seas. In the Navy, yes, you can put your mind at ease. In the Navy, well, everybody take a stand. In the Navy, everybody do this with us, come on. Say this, we want you, we want you, we want you as a new recruit. We want you, we want you, we want you as a new recruit.
Young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself off the ground. I said, young man, cause you're in a new town. There's no need to be unhappy, young man. There's a place you can go. I said, young man, when you're short on your dough, you can't stay there. And I'm sure you will find many ways to have a good time. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's fun to stay at the. It's fun to stay at the. Be happy. You can have all the bars. It's fun to stay at the. It's fun to stay at the. You can get yourself laid. You can do whatever you need. Young man, you listening to me? I said, young man, what do you wanna be? I said, young man, you can make real your dreams, but you got to know there's one thing. No man does it all by himself. I said, young man, put your pride on the shelf and just go there to the YMCA. I'm sure they can help you today. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything. You can have it all, boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Absolutely incredible. Wow. All right.
Bin ich verliebt? Oi Mama, bin ich verliebt? Ich wollte die ganze Welt darin gewinnen. Sie gedrückt zu mir, gesagt, oi Mama, bin ich verliebt?
Bei mir bist du schön, let me explain. Bei mir bist du schön, means I love you. I tried to explain. I would say
Bella, Bella,
That means beautiful. That means terrific.
only helps me tell you, darling.
How shake, how can you hold on?
That's pretty cool, don't you think?
All right. Very.
I'm Sharon Tash, the oldest and shyest child. Okay, oldest girl. And I didn't really know what to say to my parents because as the oldest girl, I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but my parents have always been there supporting me. Yes, I was the perfect child. Never made a mistake. One of the things that I've learned from my mother is the love of dance. I love dancing, and all those years of dancing has helped me a little bit to enjoy life a lot more. From my father, I've learned the love of business, the love of being honest with people, and always putting my best foot forward, as my mother has shown me. And with my 4 children, being a single parent has always been difficult, but my parents have always been there to help me through the difficult times. One thing my mother has always said to me all my life was, you should meet a man who's just like your father. I kept searching and searching for someone who treated me just like my father treats my mother. And it took me 47 years, but standing near me is a man that finally I have found that is very much like my father. And I hope through the love that my parents show my grandchildren, that my children will be able to experience the happiness that love can bring into a relationship for 50 years, and that my children will learn that it's never too late to find love if you follow your heart and you have the support of a family. Mom and Dad, I love you very much, and speaking for all my family here, we love you very much. Thank you. In honor of my parents, my children, and Dr. Mishalem Irwin have bought an anniversary ketubah. It's a handmade ketubah. It's a 50th anniversary ketubah for my parents, both in Hebrew and in English. I made sure that it was the right colors for the house. It took me a long time to find this, but we love you very, very much, and we all thank you for your support over the years. Thank you very much, and we love you. L'chaim.
Thank you, Sharon. Now we'd like to call up Elisa. Let's hear it for Elisa. Come on, dance right up here, Elisa. Let's hear it for her.
I noticed the light wasn't centered on my sister. I hope it's gotten better. I'm only going to go just a year back. A year ago today, I was preparing to have a major operation. The doctors even said, you know, we don't want to do this operation because you'll die, but if we don't do the operation, you're going to die. A few days before that, I found out my insurance company wasn't going to pay for this life-threatening, and I called my dad and mom, and my dad said, make the appointment. Of course, he said, make the appointment. You know, don't worry about it. And that Monday, the 11th of January, I had the major surgery and was supposed to be in intensive care maybe overnight. My parents came down. I was in San Diego. They came down to spend, you know, the night and go back the next morning when they found out I was okay. I spent 5 days in intensive care with my parents there the whole time. And there was 2 things I remembered about being in intensive care, which was, it's a terrible thing if you've ever been. You have things in your throat, and I remember my mom just putting a cloth on my head, making me feel so much better. And I remember her saying to me that my father had to buy new underwear because he was only going to be there for 1 night, and he had to be there for 5 nights. I mean, in the middle of this 5 days, those are the 2 things I remember. And I just want to say to both of you, thank you for giving me life twice. Thank you.
special lady. I'd like to call Joseph and Lorraine Tash to the microphone.
Since Lorraine has got this terrible flu that's going around tonight, I asked my daughter Deborah and my son Matt to join me in this toast. And I want to send my prayers to my wife right now to hope she gets better real quick. Pretty ill right now. First of all, I can only speak of Mom and Dad from the perspective of being a son and one of my fellow brothers and sisters. When my brother Max contacted us a few weeks ago for our thoughts and memories, one of the earliest memories I thought of was the Friday night Shabbos dinners when Mom would light the candles and with Sharon and Elisa, and Dad would say Kiddush by memory very fast, then by me, Max, and Carl before dinner. And those wonderful dinners with all of us just enjoying being together and feeling part of a family. This and other happy memories established a warm foundation that I've carried into my adult life and hold dear in my relationship with my own family today. And by coincidence, Lorraine and I will be celebrating 23 years of marriage later on this month. I can think of no higher compliment to my folks than to have found this solid ground of fostering being part of a family. So important to emulate in my own life and family. Congratulations, Dad and Mom, and may you have many more years of happiness, shared and realized dreams, and good health. L'chaim.
Well, there's nothing else to say except with all those beautiful children, I think we should sing, sing, sing.
sing the dance troupe, the Jacqueline Foster Dancers.
Skills the color mocha. She will wear.
Here we go. Get ready.
La vida loca. Living la vida loca. Living la vida loca.
Oh, look out now. Woo! Here we go. Now say it, kids.
Woke up in New York City in a funky cheap hotel. She took my heart and she took my money. She must have slipped me a sleeping pill. She never drinks no water, makes you order French champagne. And once you've had a taste of her, you'll never be the same. But you make me go insane. Out, upside, inside out, living la vida loca. She can pull you down, living la vida loca. Her lips are devil red, her skin's the color mocha. She will wear you out, living la vida loca. Living la vida loca. Living la vida loca. She never drinks no water, makes you order French champagne. And once you've had a taste of her, you'll never be the same. 'Cause she'll make you go insane. Come on, upside, inside out, living la vida loca. She'll push and pull you down, living la vida loca. Her lips are devil red, her skin's the color mocha. She will wear you out, living la vida loca.
Everybody sing.
Living la vida loca. Living la vida loca. Living la vida loca. Vida loca. Living la vida loca.
Sign them up. Mike is in charge.
La vida es pura pasión, hay que llenar copa de amor. Para vivir hay que luchar, un corazón para ganar. Como Caín y Abel, es un partido cruel. Tienes que pelear por una estrella, consigue con honor la copa del amor. Para sobrevivir y luchar por ella, luchar por ella, luchar por ella. Tú y yo, ale, 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 go, 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 ale, ale, ale. Arriba va, el mundo está de pie, go, 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 ale, ale, ale. La vida es competición, hay que soñar, ser campeón. La copa es la bendición, la ganas, go, go, go. Instinto natural, vencer a tu rival. Tienes que pelear por una estrella, consigue con honor la copa del amor. Para sobrevivir y luchar por ella, luchar por ella, luchar por ella. Tú y yo, ale, 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 go, 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 ale, ale, ale. Arriba va, el mundo está de pie, go, 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 ale, ale, ale. La vida es pura pasión, hay que llenar copa de amor. Para vivir hay que luchar. Thank you.
Time is made on that you can rely. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by.
You must remember this. A kiss is just a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh.
Fundamental things of life.
You want to kind of just sway in front of the band? I want to take a moment to introduce my kids to you, all right? All of our dancers, all of our vocals, our...
We are family. Oh yeah, I got all my sisters with me and my brothers too. We are family. Get up everybody and sing. Everyone can see we're together as one on by. And we fly just like birds of a feather. I won't tell no lie. All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just like the straight for the record. We're living,
Oh,
we are family. Hey, oh. I got all my sisters and brothers. We are family. Get up there.
break it down.
Sing it to me.
Break it on down. All right. And our wish for Timmy and Ralph is that you celebrate good times. Celebrate good times, come on.
There's a party going on right here.
Work your hands,
A
everybody.
celebration lasts throughout the year. So take a good time in your laughter too.
We're gonna celebrate your
this
simchas
party.
with you.
Come on. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Yeah, yeah. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. Up to you. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands in the air. Come on.
Okay, break it down. Break it down. Break it down. And now, right in front of the stage, we have to have, of course, none other than our guests of honor. So Timmy and Ralph, would you come on up here with my singers and dancers all around them. Come on, singers. And everybody's going to say, celebrate, celebrate. 1, 2, 3, sing. Celebrate good times. Everybody say, Amen, Amen, Amen. Say it. Celebrate good times. Amen, Amen, Amen. Celebrate good times. Come on. Celebrate good times. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Amen. What a couple. What a night. With love. All our love. Good night, everybody, and we love you.
And
what's left of
friends are all celebrities. That's wonderful. What's so wonderful? You can make a pot roast. That's wonderful. What's so wonderful? First you brown an onion. Is your picture up at the Morningside Country Club? That's wonderful. What's so wonderful? You can clean an oven. That's wonderful. Oh, what's so wonderful? First you get some easy off. Ah, the grass is always greener on somebody else's estate. Ah, the meat is always leaner on somebody else's dinner plate. But you can sew a button on. Oh, yeah. That's wonderful. What's so wonderful? I bet you go to discos. That's wonderful. What's so wonderful? First you take a Valium. I can see you planning picnics. That's wonderful. What's so wonderful? Eating at the White House. That's wonderful. What's so wonderful? What a gore. I mean bore. Ah, the grass is always greener on somebody else's front lawn. Oh, what a lawn you've got out there. Oh, somebody else's wiener always has a lot more relish on. You saved the whales in Newfoundland. That's wonderful. On the Millennium. What's so wonderful? You can run a household. That's wonderful. What's so wonderful? Yeah, first you have a breakdown. I see you in people. What's so wonderful? You can hold a husband. That's wonderful. What's so wonderful? There's more to life than husbands. I could use a husband. Ah, you can have my husband. I already had your husband. Oh, it makes you kind of teary. Oh, think about it, dearie. The grass is always greener on someone else's. It's hard.
Mercy and Sunny. Get home safe, all right?